Phylum Chordata. In this video, I will discuss the diagnostic features of chordata and then the classification of phylum Chordata into various subphylums and superclasses. So, first of all, what's the meaning of chordata? The word chordata is derived from the Latin language. In the Latin, the word is chorda, which means cord. So this cord refers to the presence of a stiff, sporting rod-like structure along the back of the animal body, and it is known as notochord. So we can say the chordata means bearing a notochord. The chordates, all the chordates, they show a unique fundamental combination of four diagnostic features, and these are as below. So the first characteristics of a chordata is the presence of dorsal solid notochord. It means that the notochord is present and it is present on the dorsal side of the body, and it is a solid structure. Solid means that it is not hollow from inside. Second is all the chordates, they must have pharyngeal gill slits. The gill slits, the openings of the gills in the pharynx region. The third diagnostic feature is the presence of dorsal hollow central nervous system, which consists of brain and spinal cord, or we can say that there is dorsal hollow nerve cord present in the animal. And the fourth feature is presence of post anal tail. And what is the tail? The tail is the extension beyond the anal opening. So these are the diagnostic features of chordates, and they must be present at any stage of the life. It may be embryonic stage or young stage, or it may be adult stage. So chordates, they must bear all these fundamental features at any stage of their life. Phylum Chordata is further divided into three subphyla. The first subphylum is known as Urochordata. The second subphylum is known as Cephalochordata, and the third subphylum is known as Vertebrata. Phylum Chordata is classified into three subphyla, and this classification is on the basis of location of notochord. So where the notochord is present. So first subphylum is known as Urochordata. Euro means tail. So in this group, the notochord is present in the tail region of larva only. I repeat, the notochord is present in the tail region of the larva. This larva undergoes retrogressive metamorphosis. So in retrogressive metamorphosis, what happens? The developed structures in larva are lost. So in retrogressive metamorphosis, the developed structures in the larva are lost. So adults, they do not have a tail. So it means that adults do not have a notochord. So in urochordates, the notochord is present in the tail region of larva only, and the example is Herdmania. The second subphylum, Cephalochordata. Cephalo means head. So in this case, the notochord runs from interior to posterior ends of the body, or we can say that the notochord is present from head to tail region of the body, and this notochord is present throughout the life of the animal. And the example is known as amphioxus. Both the urochordates and cephalochordates are also known as protochordates. Proto means first, so they are known as first chordates or the primitive chordates. And urochordates and cephalochordates are also known as acraniata. A means without or absent, and craniata means cranium, the brain box. So protochordates are also known as acraniata because they have no cranium, they have no brain box. As there is no brain, so there is no brain box for its protection. While on the other hand, vertebrata. The subphylum Vertebrata is also known as euchordates or higher chordates or craniata because they contain a cranium which encloses a brain. In Vertebrata, the notochord is present in the embryonic stage, and in adults the notochord is replaced by the vertebral column, so that's why they are known as vertebrata. On the basis of presence or absence of jaws, the subphylum vertebrata is further divided into two categories. The first one is known as anathostoma and the second is known as nathostoma. A means without and Netha means jaws. So it means that this group will not have jaws. Their mouth is without jaws. Anathostoma has only one class which is known as cyclostoma, and the class cyclostoma has well known examples. These are petromyzon, which is also known as limprey, and the second example is maxine, also known as hagfish. So petromyzon and maxine, they are fish-like animals, and their mouth is without jaws. While the nithostoma, this group, the mouth contain jaws, well developed upper and lower jaws. Nithostomata, on the basis of locomotory structures, are further divided into two superclasses. On the basis of locomotory structures, the nithostomata is divided into two superclasses. The first superclass is known as Pisces and the second superclass is known as Tetrapoda. In case of Pisces, the locomotory organs are the paired fins. And in case of tetrapoda, tetra means four and poda means limbs. So they have paired limbs for locomotion, which includes the forelimbs and the hind limbs. While Pisces, they are all aquatic, living either in the marine water or in the fresh water. No one is living on the land. The Pisces, they do not live on the land, they do not live in terrestrial environment, while Tetrapoda, they are mostly terrestrial, living on the land, and few are aquatic. The third point is Pisces, they respire through gills, while Tetrapoda respire through lungs. Superclass Pisces, which are commonly also known as fishes, they are further divided into two main classes on the basis of their endoskeleton. If the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, the class is known as chondrichthyes. If the endoskeleton of Pisces is made up of bones, the class is known as osteichthyes. So chondrichthyes include sharks, rays, and scats, and chondrichthyes are also known as cartilaginous fishes because their endoskeleton is made up of cartilage only. While on the other hand, the class Osteichthyes is also known as bony fishes because their endoskeleton is made up of bones. And these includes, for example, catfishes, seahorse, trout, and carps, etc. Superclass Tetrapoda is further divided into four classes, and these are: first class is known as amphibia, and the amphibians include frogs, toads, salamander. The second class is known as reptilia, and the reptiles include turtles, tortoises, crocodiles, alligators, lizards, and snakes. The third class is aves, and aves include all the flying as well as the running birds. The fourth class is known as mammalia, and the mammals include egg-laying mammals like duckbill platypus, pouched mammals like kangaroos, and all the placental mammals. So this was about the classification of chordata. Now a brief summary of phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is further subdivided into three subphylum. A first one is Urochordata, the second is Cephalochordata, and the third one is Vertebrata. Urochordata includes Herdmania, while Cephalochordata includes Amphioxus, and the subphylum Vertebrata is further divided into Anathostomata and Gnathostomata. Anathostomata includes Cyclostoma, which have limpreys and hagfish, while Gnathostomata is further divided into superclass Pisces and superclass Tetrapoda. Pisces, commonly known as fishes, include chondrichthyes and osteichthyes, while Tetrapoda include amphibia, reptilia, aves, and mammalia. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.